Hey Myra, this is Danielle from Josh and Danny SEO. So I know Joshua spoke with you a couple days ago. So let's go ahead and take a look at your website, see what's going on, and see if there's anything we can help with. So right off the bat, I like this. You have everything down over here that kind of gives an idea of what's going on. Only thing I would say is have your services as a drop-down menu. You should have your number somewhere up here, and that'll take care of a lot of this empty space. So essentially, you can move your name over to the left, have the center table of contents up to the center, and then your number to the right. Um, and that can kind of save you about 80% of all this. But as you scroll down, expertise you can trust, excellent, schedule a consultation, all about us, and then the services you do offer. Now, these are unfortunately not really any, they don't talk about what it is you actually do. So when you have a service menu, this should be in the drop down menu. So people can essentially see exactly what it is and then click on it and go to that page specifically. Or if you don't have other pages, you should at least be talking about them. And here's the end of the page. So let's take a look at the back end. Big thing I'm noticing is it's just not a lot of content here. It looks like this is a glorified, like, hey, this is who I am. If you happen to find me, take a look at me. But let's take a look at the back end and see how Google is kind of looking at you. So I use a tool called Ahrefs to give me an idea of this. Now, a UR rating is how good how strong your website is, and a DR rating is how much Google likes you. And all of these numbers are driven up by backlinks. Now you want these numbers in the 30s and 40s. Yours is not really, yours are 0.49, so let's be honest. But it means that you don't have a lot of backlinks or referring domains. Now, a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it returns to you. Now, obviously, not all of them are equal. Some are more spammy than others, so stay away from the BuzzFeed ones. But then lastly is your organic keywords. Now, your keywords are basically the association game Google plays to find out if, when somebody types something to Google, they'll find you. Now, you do have 7 different organic keywords, but let's find out exactly what they are. So, two things you want with an organic keyword is you want them to have a location and a service within the said keyword. And that does two things. It means somebody in your location or in that specific location is searching for you and they're looking for this specific thing. So exterior painting Fremont. I don't know if that's in California or not. It might be in the area around you, but you have painting and construction. This is too general. You don't want that. But this is great. Cabinet refinishing Santa Clara. Cabinet painting Sunnyvale. Painting and construction, not so much. Custom playhouse, NCM logo, construction. See, you only have really 2 good keywords, 3 tops, and I don't know if these are anything you actually want. I know you want Santa Clara. I saw that's where you're located. If you're trying to hit these other areas, then you have, a couple of the right keywords in place over here. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of volume, but that's okay. But let's take a look at, what happens when I put in Painter Santa Clara. Now, I did look around. Um, but not a lot of search volume here. You might want to go up to, I think it's San Francisco if you service that area, or go by counties. But here is the GMB, Google My Business Profile. It's separate from your website, but they work hand in hand. 30 to 40% of all people will click on one of these 3 guys, so you definitely want to be in here. After that, you do have your organic search, where if you have a website, you can click here as well, or you can rank here. Yelp is number 1, Diamond Certified is another listing, you have Angie's List, Thumbtack, and then you finally have CertaPro. Now, we kind of ignore the listing people because, if you're doing a good enough job, you should surpass them right away. But here we have CertaPro, and they're in Silicon Valley, not even Santa Clara, although they are located here. So if you can see up here, Plano.alto, Santa Clara Painting, even though it says Silicon. So, and then up here it obviously says Silicon as well. I'm not really going to go through them. They're a franchise, so I'm not really going to say anything about them. But they are taking up the top spot. So as a franchise, you should be able to beat them. Now, even though this is a back page, they're still getting enough juice to push them to the front of the page for Santa Clara. They have 3 backlinks, 2 referring domains for this back page, and 3 organic keywords. Now, if I were to go for the entire website, it would be astronomically bigger. But just for fun, I'm going to show you what that looks like at the end of it. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. I gotta wait for it to load. So while that's doing that, I'm gonna go over here and show you what their keywords. They have 3 of them: cabinet refinishing in Santa Clara. Same thing again, except without the in, and then again, cabinet refinishing Santa Clara. Now they aren't getting any traffic, but these are the keywords they have. So, I mean, just it gives you an idea of what you can or you can do to kind of boost yourself up a little bit. Now, all this means is that no one's doing a really good targeted search for this area. or it could mean that there's not a lot of search volume. By the way, this is their whole website nationwide or worldwide. So nationwide, they're getting about 200,000 people to their website every month. Do what you want with that. So anyway, that's why franchising is so amazing. So how does all this really help you, Mira? Honestly, if you were going to do anything, I would focus on your content. You don't have any. I would focus on your content, break your website down into content, search locations and services, and then get content in there, which you can then get good organic keywords in. Do your research on those if you'd like. And then finally, your backlinks and referring domains. Okay, so you want to do better. I wouldn't go off of, like Certa because they're not going to really help you, but there are ways you can find some good local backlinks as well as strong backlinks that'll actually help you move up. Do those three things. You might have to restructure your website just a little bit in order to take all this in, but content, keywords, backlinks, and you're good to go. Imagine if you can bring in 50 people, even 100 people a month to your website every single month. What can that do for you? Well, that's all I got, Mayor. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, you have an amazing night. Bye.